All right, this is an impromptu dad talk with Kyla.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. It's been a really long time. I haven't done any of these forever. I've done a couple, one or two with Kobe, but on his channel. So I'm going to try and get back at it. So we don't have anything planned to talk about, but it's been a long time. So Kyla, what's going on? What's been going on? We've got lots of changes. What's going on in life? What's going on in life?
I just had a week of vacation.
Vacation, that's nice.
Yeah.
What did you do? Do you feel like you've accomplished anything in vacation?
I got to hang out with friends.
That's accomplishment. That's good.
I got a break from school because
That's good.
it's too much. And starting next week, I have 5 more weeks until school ends.
What are there?
Yeah.
Now, are these supposed to be easy 5 weeks, or do you have lots of tests, or how does it go? When does it start to ease off? Because
It
usually by the end of
doesn't.
school, it's just chill.
No, not at mine.
No?
They want to kill me. They really do.
Huh.
Next week, I have a presentation, and then I have a test. Next week, I have 4 tests.
What's your presentation on?
It's in geography. It's about oil platforms.
Oil platforms.
Because we're talking about like how it affects the environment and blah, blah, blah. I haven't done any research on it yet. Every student has a different topic.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you know how you're going to present it yet?
She gave us a list of requirements on like what needs to be in it, and she said it needs to be 20 slides.
20 slides.
And it's in French, so
En français.
yeah.
Do you have a preconceived idea of what you want to talk about when it comes to oil platforms?
No, I don't really care about it. I just gotta do a lot of research.
Because sometimes people have an idea in their head, and then they basically just cherry pick information to support the pre-existing idea, as opposed to just looking at the information and then making decisions based off of all of the data and being non-biased.
Yeah, I have no opinions on it at all. Like it's not. I don't think about it.
You don't think about it?
Do you think about it?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oil
Not as much as I think about the Roman Empire, though.
Tell me about that.
About the Roman Empire?
Mhm.
Well,
What do you think
aqueducts.
about?
That's the best part. The aqueducts. But sometimes athleticism comes up.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the theories about why the Romans beat the Greeks was the Greeks were so concerned about body image, and they were like basically making bodybuilders, whereas Rome was making athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they took them out.
Yeah, you talked
There's
about
also
it.
lead poisoning and stuff like that too. But yeah, lead poisoning. What's that? Like really?
What else do you think about the Roman Empire? Like
Roads,
Roads?
roads, man. We got roads all over the place. We even have roads here that are from Roman times. Down at the park in Estranac. Yeah. Cheer.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So what are your tests in?
Next week I have a test in Viso, which is Life and Society, but in French. So for that test, she's given us a 6-page long script of talking about social injustice,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get there and then we have to do a test about it.
Are there examples of social injustice?
I haven't read it yet. She didn't like go over it in class. She gave it to us. She sent it to us, and then said, "This is what you have to learn." It's gonna be a multiple choice.
So she's giving more concepts that you have to think about and then apply them to a text that she gives you in class?
No. We won't have the text. It's a 6-page long text about it, and then we have to apply all of that knowledge into true and false, multiple choice, and open questions.
Interesting. Do you like your Viso teacher?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
She very much likes talking in front of the class and getting other people to talk. That's her big thing.
She likes to get people to talk. That's good.
Yeah, but
I think that's good.
is that, like, when it's in French and you've got, like, for example, we have 2 new students in our class who barely speak English.
Right.
And this is the first time that at least I think that they're being like properly exposed to French this way, because now they have like half of their subjects in French, Viso being one of them, and then they're being like asked to talk and like go up in front of the class and talk like that, and I don't think that she understands.
She doesn't understand that they don't speak French?
I mean, she does, but then she kind of forgets, and she's limitations. She's a nice lady. She seems like a nice lady, but like...
It sounds nice that she wants to get people to talk, though. That's good.
But she... One of my least favorite things is that she tries to get us to do debates, but like...
Debating is really good.
I would like debating if it was in English, and like if she knew how to explain stuff properly. Like, she'll just take random people, throw them on one side of the room, other people on one side of the room, and then she makes one person come up with an argument, and then you have to counter it. And you'd think that that'd be fine, except we don't have any ideas at all.
Well, that's how you learn to formulate ideas, is by practice. It's like a skill. It's like anything. You get better at doing it. Right? Like, let's give you an example. I'm going to find a coin. I want you, please, to describe. It's not a toonie. It's a €2 coin. Do I have a Canadian coin in here? I sometimes have like a quarter. But we might have to go with one of these European coins.
You say European, like we don't...
Alright, here we go. Here's a nickel. Describe the nickel for me.
Okay. It's a 5-cent Canadian coin with a beaver on it. This is Canada 2012. 5 cents, lots of maple leaves. This lady, it says DG Regina and Elizabeth II, and it's a photo of Elizabeth II.
Yeah.
And more leaves. Silver.
I haven't done this. I don't remember. Okay, so yeah, it's a nickel. It's silver. It's not really silver, it's nickel. But they don't really make it with nickel anymore. It has it's got a smooth outside edge. And then on the inside, on the face of it, on both sides, around the edge, there's a little drop. So it's like it comes and it has a little lip and it comes down. And then there's a row of dots along the whole thing on both sides. The beaver is on top of a rock in a river. And the beaver is one of the symbols of Canada because of people working hard, being industrious, and working non-stop to be able to accomplish what they need to accomplish. You gotta do what you gotta do, eh? And the nickel, although it's not really nickel anymore, comes from probably Sudbury. And the images of all the writing and the pictures it's like they're not printed on. It's like they're stamped in because you can feel there's ridges everywhere. So it's not just a picture. I've seen some coins that seem to have like notches or like little ridges along the outside edge. Queen Elizabeth, she looks stern. She looks nice, but stern. Like, don't mess with her. I don't know. Beaver seems to have a bit of a small tail. I think most beavers have larger tails. But I guess it had to fit on the coin. I'm not very good at describing this, but my point is that I think the more you practice anything, the better you get at it. Like if we just looked at the log here and described it, and you just say, oh, it looks like a tree, it's got a notch here, it's got a crack there. But then I think if you look closer and you describe more and more detail, all the rings and all the notches and all the cracks and I don't know, you get better at just everything is a skill. And so, don't remember what my point was. I don't remember what we're talking about. But anything you do, you get better at it. So it's like you want to debate something, you get better at seeing different points of view when you practice looking at different points of view.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's a skill. You just got to get better at it. But oftentimes we don't know that it is a skill or that you can get better at it because you think it's too simple. But actually it could be a lot more complicated. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we overcomplicate things, and that's not good either. Sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah.
So, what are you looking forward to in the next little while?
I'm looking forward for my tests and my school to be done. I'm looking forward to not having to see any of my teachers for a very long time.
Really? You don't like your teachers?
I don't think there's a single one that I genuinely like.
That's too bad.
Yeah. I don't understand why some people decide to be teachers because I think they genuinely hate children. Or just people.
Yeah, and then sometimes the ones who are good at teaching, they end up getting promoted and become administrators.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so last year, my English teacher, she essentially had a bunch of health problems and she left 2 weeks into school. 2 weeks into school. So we didn't have any, and she was a form teacher, our head teacher, and we didn't have any English class for a month or two.
It's crazy.
It was a long time. It was longer maybe. And right before the end of the first semester, one of the guys in administration, like high up in school, he came and he did it so like, I don't know, he became our English teacher, so I don't know. It was before inspectors came, so it was kind of like, I know why you're doing it. But it was also so that we would have a grade for that term. But we didn't end up getting a grade for that term. But he was great. He was a great teacher. he was the first teacher that I felt like he wanted us to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would go over everything as much as he could, and he would try and talk about it and like do everything he could to try and make us like understand.
That's awesome.
And he was so funny, and he was just a great teacher, and he genuinely liked us. And like we're not a very good class, but like at teacher conferences when our other teachers would be talking about how terrible we are, he would like be sticking up for us because he like genuinely wanted us to succeed.
Right.
And even now, like he's not our teacher anymore because we moved on in the year, and he went back to administration because he was never supposed to be our teacher again. And he, like, even still now, if we have like a problem, we'll like go to him because like we all really, really do like him, and we can all just really tell that he missed being a teacher. Like he missed it so much. Like he would come into that lesson, and like it was great, and it was kind of funny because he wanted everyone to like pass with flying colors. He wanted everyone to get like 10s, and he would do a mini test. He'd be like, "This is a test, guys," and then some people would do really bad. Because I don't know, they never listened, and he was like, "That was just a practice test, now we're doing another one." And he would keep on doing that, and I don't think we ever had like a real test that he could like continued in his mind as this is a test. Right. Because there were just some students who just like wouldn't care, wouldn't do anything, and that kind of pissed me off. But
What do you think about that idea of testing and retesting and keep testing until somebody gets a good grade? So like everybody passes kind of thing, or everybody can pass. It's like, so if you get a good grade on your first test, then that's great. But you can keep taking the test as many times as you want until you pass.
I think.
What do you think about that?
I like that idea. I like it because there are just some things you're just not good at. Like I'm just not good at chemistry or physics.
Well, let's say you have to redo the test 5 times and then you pass it on the 5th time. Then you've still ultimately learned it, right?
Then I've done my best, and it should be to the point where yes, I understand. If I have to take it.
Just a second. This might be the. Oh, we gotta press. Sorry, guys. We're gonna have to put this together because Indian.